Hi guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to my channel if you're new. Hi, my name is Femke and in today's video I wanted to share with you how I made this like pastel neon ombre smoky just Pride Month nail art using nail polishes only. These are my natural nails and yeah, if you want to know how I made these, please keep on watching. I'm personally really happy with how these turned out and I can't wait to share my tips and tricks with you. So first up, I already applied a base coat and a white polish. This one is by Essence. It is super opaque. You just need like two really thin coats and this one is 33 Wild White Ways. I have applied this a day before actually making this tutorial or this design because I really wanted the base color to be completely dry. I am going to use 6 of my China glaze polishes, which are so pretty and just pastel-y neon and just really gorgeous. Also, I added to my thumb, on which I'm going to make an ombre or gradient or however you want to call it. I added a little piece of tape around the cuticle area and just to make sure I didn't have to clean up that much, but looking back at it like afterwards, I felt like I could have done it without as well. Just like I did on the second nail we are going to make an ombre on. But I'm just going to use a piece of a kitchen sponge. So I just removed like the really rough dark green part of my kitchen sponge and I'm just going in with the soft part. I really want to show you guys that you really don't need much like tools or products or anything like that to really make cute nail art. You could really just do nail art with random like home stuff such as a kitchen sponge. So I just really wanted to show you guys that it's really easy to do so as well. You don't really need like makeup sponges or like an arrow puff thingy, which I personally really don't like to use anyways. So yeah, here I'm just going to add my 6 colors, like rainbow wise of course, starting with the purple and ending with the blue. You want to make sure that the polish has sinked into the sponge just a little bit to prevent any like flooding around the cuticle area, but then again it's always really easy to remove afterwards with some acetone or nail polish remover and a brush or anything like that. But you just want to sponge it on, just wiggle it on a little bit as well, so you don't have like straight lines and it actually blends in nicely. Then I forgot to show you all the colors, so I'm going to do that here. These are all by China Glaze and these are some of my favorites, such as Flip Flop Fantasy. It really is a gorgeous color. It is so neon, it is insane. I also used Whip It Good as my like yellow color. It is a little bit of like a questionable color in my opinion. It could be a little bit more green, it could be a little bit more yellow, but I really like to use this one. And to end it off, I used Electric Beat. Some of these colors are from like different collections throughout the years. Some I've had for like 6 years already, maybe even 7 years. You guys know I have been collecting nail polishes and nail art stuff ever since I was 14 years old. So yeah, also if you want to know how my nail polish collection or what it looks like, I also made a video about my entire collection, so if you want to check that out I will link it at the end of the video. But to remove any excess, I just went in with a little cleanup brush and some nail polish remover by Essence. Then I also wanted to make a full-on gradient or ombre design on my middle finger, so I just reapplied all of the colors to my sponge and added 2 layers in total. I tried to cap off the edges as well with the ending color, so you can do that with a sponge, but you could also do that with the brush that comes with the nail polish. It is totally up to you what you prefer to do, but I would recommend to cap off your edges just to make sure you have a long-lasting manicure which doesn't chip or anything like that fast. So I just cleaned up all of the excess polish that was on the skin. It really doesn't take much time. It is really easy, especially if you have a good nail polish remover. You could also use some acetone, but that is quite drying for the skin and cuticles. So you can do that, but just make sure to add a good amount of cuticle oil after you are done with your design and your nail polishes are fully dried. Then I just wanted to make a really cool like smoky effect on my nails, so not like a full-on ombre like we did on the thumb and the middle finger, but more of like a smoky design, like a rainbow smoke from a fire of love or something like that. I don't know, I just really liked trying out new techniques and designs and all that jazz, so I don't really know if there is like a specific term for this, but I just took one of my nail art brushes. This is one I actually use for gel polishes a lot, but I just made sure it was completely clean to go into my nail polishes. So I'm just going to do like a blend. So I'm going into the purple and pink and just run my brush through the color a little bit, so you don't have any harsh lines as far as the smoky effect or design comes. So you just want to do that for every single color combination. So you have your pink purple, your pink orange, your orange yellow, your yellow green, and your green blue. So you just want to go on with that. Of course, if it isn't super opaque or opaque enough to your liking, you can always go over with a second layer. I will do so a little bit later in this video, especially for the pointer finger, because I felt like the polishes actually needed a little bit more time to become a little bit more thick, a little bit more dry onto the tile where I added them on as my little palette or plate. So if you do have colors like the ones I'm using right here, which sometimes can be a little bit thin or like more watery in substance, it can be helpful to just leave them onto your plate or palette for like 30 seconds longer, just to make sure they are a little bit more dry. And that way you can apply a thicker layer and have a more opaque effect like right away. But of course, if you were like not patient enough like I was, you can just go over with the second layer once your first layer has dried. Then for the ring finger, I also wanted to make that smoked out rainbow design, but I started off with the green and blue first and just worked my way down, really like flowy. There aren't any like rules on how you should do this, just do whatever you like. You can start towards the cuticle area, you can start from the tip. It is totally up to you what you want to do. I just went with it. I don't know, I just winged it. I didn't felt like I really had to start at a like specific point. I just wiggled it on quite fluently. The only thing I would like to mention is that because we are creating like a smoke effect, it might be easy to just really make like organic shapes and not like straight lines and all that jazz. But if you've ever seen smoke or fire or anything like that, you know that it doesn't have any straight lines. It's always a little bit like flickering and just all over the place. So that is what we are recreating here on the nails as well. And for the pinky nail, I just decided to do another smoked out nail because I think it's so cool. It's just such a cool design. Like, I really love it. I've seen a lot of people recreate this, but with gel polishes only and not really with like nail polishes. And it is so easy to recreate. You can just see me doing it right here. It is really, really easy. The only thing you need is like a nail art brush, but you could easily use like a Q-tip or even like a dotting tool or something like that. You could even use a little part of your kitchen sponge and just sponge the smokiness on, if you know what I mean. So it is totally up to you. You don't need like massive ninja skills. Just like I said in my previous Pride Month design, which I made with gel polishes, you really don't have to be a pro. You just have to like get yourself together and just try it out, and don't be scared to make mistakes, because it is just totally human to make mistakes, especially with nail art, especially if you're new to doing nails and nail art and all that jazz. It's totally fine to make mistakes because it's only nail polishes. You're not hurting yourself, you're not hurting anyone else. You can easily remove it if you messed it up and just start all over again. So don't be scared to make mistakes. If you're just starting out doing nail polishes or nail art or gel polish or anything like that, you could always easily just correct your mistakes if you have to. So I was already done with all the nails, so here I'm just going in with some extra color on the pointer finger, because as I said, the colors were a little bit too watery and too thin and just not opaque enough. So I just wanted to give it a little bit more coverage. And then again, it really isn't like a science or anything like that. Just apply it, look at it for a little bit. turn your finger a little just to see all the angles of the nail, and if you have like the result you wanted it to be, just leave it like that. You don't have to like over apply colors or anything like that, because it is smoke, and smoke is like something really organic and natural, and nature can be controlled either, you know? Like, don't overthink it and don't over apply. It really is that easy and that simple. But yeah, it was really fun for me to make this, and I'm also going to apply some really cool holographic like glitter onto this. I did use a holographic like glitter polish from Catrice, which is from a limited edition, but you can use any holographic glitter. This one I used is from the Dazzle Nail Lacquer collection, which was like half a year or maybe a year ago already. This one is called Gem of Stones, so I don't think it is still available because it was in a limited edition. But if you have any like similar, like kind of like scattered holographic glitter nail polish, that is totally cool to use as well. You could also just leave it without the glitter, but you guys know me, I like my glitter, I like my holographic stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to apply a decent layer to the full ombre or gradient nails, and I'm going to apply just tiny amounts of glitter onto the smoke nails, because I didn't want to apply too much glitter on those, because smoke doesn't really contain glitter, but in my world it would definitely contain a little bit of glitter, just to make it a little bit more magical and just nice and shiny and a little bit more pizzazz, you know? But yeah, I really hope you liked it. Do let me know if you have any plans for this specific Pride month. You guys know me, I'm straight, but love is love, you know? I married the love of my life, but it doesn't mean that if you have another gender or another like preference in relationships, that love is any different from whatever kind of love whatsoever. And that is just something I really wanted to share with you guys as well. Like, love is love, and love knows no gender or color or anything like that, and I really hope you respect everyone who has a different point of view as well. So yeah, here I'm just going to apply a decent layer of top coat just to blend it all in together even more, of course capping off the edges as well. I always do so with gel polishes as well. That's just to make sure that my manicure stays put and perfect for a longer period of time, especially if you have a very manual job. You have to like type a lot of stuff and just do like your work a lot with your hands. It's really important to cap off your edges, because that way you won't have any tip wear as fast as you would normally have, and you won't have any chipping edges as well. But yeah, do let me know what you think about this design. Also, let me know if you want to recreate this. You can always just send me a DM on Instagram or something with the photo of your design. I really love seeing that as well. And a lot of you guys have already been doing that too. So that's really cool, and I really appreciate it. And I will definitely reply to every single one of you, because I think it's so cool if people like recreate my designs. That's just awesome, you know, like share the love even more. But yeah, that was already the entire design. I really hope you liked it. If you have any questions or comments regarding anything nail polish or nail art whatsoever, you could always leave that in the comments down below as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I hope to see you in my next video.